Good morning, children. Today we will be covering up lesson number 12 of a grammar book, active and passive voice. Before we know what is active and passive voice, let us understand which is the verb on which active and passive voice works. It is the transitive verb. What is transitive verb then? Transitive verb is the verb which does not have or which have which have an object. Now what does that mean? Let's see with the help of an example. Children are playing in the ground. In this sentence, children is subject, playing is verb, and ground becomes the object. Because object is there, it is called as transitive verb. Now let's take another sentence. Children are playing. Children subject, playing verb. Yes? But can you find any object there? No, there is no object. So this will be intransitive verb. So can you see the difference between transitive and intransitive? Transitive verb will always have an object. Intransitive will not have an object. Now active and passive voice works on transitive verb. Okay? When the subject of the verb performs the action, it is called as active voice. When the subject is performing the action. Sudha respects the teacher. Now subject is performing the action. But when the subject is receiving the action, you remember what is subject? The first noun or pronoun in the sentence. That becomes the subject. Now if I change this, Sudha respects the teacher, into passive voice, what will be my sentence? The teacher is respected by Sudha. The teacher is respected by Sudha. Now teacher becomes the subject. Yes, the first noun is teacher. Here Sudha was the subject. So in active, Sudha was performing the action. But if I speak about the passive voice, teacher is receiving the action. Teacher is receiving the respect by Sudha. So here subject receives the action. That is a passive voice. But something I would like to share, when there are chances sometimes that the subject can be omitted. If we don't find it important, we can omit that subject. Suppose I say a sentence, somebody wants Aditi on the telephone. This is active voice. Okay. Now, what will become passive? Aditi is wanted on the telephone. Can we find this somebody in passive voice? No. Somebody is not there in passive voice because it's not important. Aditi is wanted on the telephone. Somebody is not required, so we have not put in the passive voice. Okay. Now, ma'am has told you how to make the changes. But ma'am, how would we know? How will be writing about the passive from the active? So certain rules you have to follow. Let's see the first one. The object of the verb in active voice becomes the subject of the verb in passive voice. Don't you find that? Sudha is subject. Sudha is subject. It is becoming object in passive voice. Teacher is object and it is becoming subject. So subject becomes object and object becomes subject. If you are changing from active to passive, this is the change. Then what is the second rule? The subject of the verb in the active voice becomes a prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase, the phrase which starts with a preposition. Okay. And what is the preposition? We have to follow by. Okay. By plus subject. So that becomes a prepositional phrase. Okay. And then what is the third thing we have to change? That is the verb. Verb will always change in a way that we have to put an auxiliary or a helping verb. Auxiliary verb or a helping verb. With that, we will put always the past participle form of the verb. With the helping verb, we will write the past participle form of the verb. Now let's see personal pronouns. As the name says, it's talk about the first person, second person and third person. Now personal pronouns, if we are taking in the view of passive voice, I need some help. I will go at the back. Subject will become object and help will come in front. Some help will become then subject. Some help is needed by me. Now listen very carefully. Some help will remain some help, no doubt. But I will change to me. Okay? So what you can see on the screen? The person, in case of personal pronouns, the pronouns changes when they are coming in the active voice and when they are coming in the passive voice. Okay? When they are coming in active voice, they will be, suppose it's I will change to me. Okay? And me will change to I. Anu informed her. Anu informed her. Now in this sentence, she was informed by Anu. Her will change to she. Anu will remain as it is. Okay? Here Anu will remain as it is. But her will be changed to she. So what do we see here? That suppose we are using some words in the subject, or you can say at the beginning of the sentence or as the subjects, then it will be I, we, she, they, you, it and he. They will come as subjects. But moment they goes as the object form, yes, be it an active voice or be it in a passive voice. I have taken these as an examples, beta. These all are examples. In active I have considered I, then in passive it will become me. But if in passive it is me, in active it will become I, vice versa. Okay, these are just the examples. It is not always that I will remain only in active. No, I can also come in passive. But then when I say in passive, if there is an I, then what is it is going to change? It is going to change in active. Active, it will change to me. Okay. Now, hold on for a moment, beta. Now, ditransitive verbs. Ditransitive verbs are what? When the verb in the active voice is ditransitive, it has two forms. Okay, because it has two objects, direct object and indirect object. Now, what is direct object? Direct objects are the nouns or the pronouns who are receiving the action. Suppose I take this word, this sentence, your uncle teaches us English. Your uncle teaches us English. In here, don't we find there are two objects? Us and English. Two objects, us and English. Your uncle is subject. Teaches is verb. Us and English are two objects. Now, who is receiving the action? English. The uncle is teaching English. So it will be called as direct object. And who is getting affected? We are getting affected. So us will become indirect object. Okay? Direct are the ones who are receiving the action and the indirect are the ones who are getting affected by the action. Now, in these cases, beta, we can make the sentence in two ways. The first way we can write is English is taught by your uncle to us. English is taught by your uncle to us, or we are taught by your uncle English. Okay? There are certain action words which are followed by prepositions. Like first example, if I take, she did not care for me. Here care for. For is a preposition we all know now. Care for will remain as cared for in the passive voice also. This preposition will not go away from the verb. It will remain along with verb, though verb form can be changed. Of course, it will change rather. But the preposition will not go away. It will go along with, it will remain with the verb. She did not care for me. I was not cared by her. I was not cared by her. They shouted at is again preposition. Shouted at the naughty boy. This will remain the same in the passive voice also. The naughty boy was shouted at by them. Here, me is going to change. You see me in the active voice and I in the passive voice. Me is changed to I and she is changed to her. In the second sentence, they is changed to them and the naughty boy will remain as it is. So can we see the personal pronoun changes here also? Yes. Interrogative sentences are the ones where in the active voice and in the passive voice the changes will be for the verb. But in both the cases it will start with the interrogative word. It will remain in a question form only, be it active or be it a passive voice. Do you obey your parents? In active, it will change to passive. Are your parents? There is a misprint beta. Are your parents obeyed by you? How does she do all this? How is all this done by her? So in both those examples, question remains as question. The only difference is the verb is getting changed. Yes? Do is going to change to done and obey is to obeyed because we have to follow the past participle form of the verb. Okay? Simple present if we take, in the active voice you will find the root form of the verb. Use. Root form is the first form of the verb. If in active it is the root form and we are changing it to passive, we will be adding is, am or are according to the subject. If subject is singular, it is is. If subject is I, it will be am. If subject is plural, then it will be are. Along with that, past participle form of the verb will come. Remember, while we are changing to passive voice, we are always changing to past participle form of the verb. Okay? So, use will change to is used. Use will change to is used. Is because room is single. We use this room on special occasions. This room is used on special occasions. Yes, used is the third form, past participle form, and is used will be written in place of use. Simple past, if we talk about, of course, the second form or the past tense of the verb will come in the active voice. It's a past tense, so second form of the verb. The driver immediately applied the brakes. But when we are changing it to passive, the only thing we have to do is we have to write was or were depending upon the subject. If subject is singular, was. If subject is plural, were. And along with that, past participle form of the verb. Like the way we have done in this, the brakes were because more than one brake. The brakes were immediately applied. This is the third form. Don't get confused with this. This was the second form. You remember I told you sometimes second and third form are same in certain verbs like play, played, played, dance, danced, danced. Same way apply, applied, applied. Okay. So in this case, this is the second form and this is the third form or past participle form. Okay. Now moving to simple future. You will always, the moment I say future, these are the two words, shall and will, which comes to our mind. Yes. Along with shall and will, we always write root form. Do we say will played? No. Will play. First form of the verb will come. Shall play. Not shall played. That will be wrong. So with shall and will, the first form or the root form of the verb will come in the active voice. Let's see this sentence. I shall post these letters tomorrow. I shall With shall, it is post. Post is the root form or the first form. Root or the first form of the verb. Okay. So if we are changing this sentence into the passive voice, what are the changes? Will and shall will become will be and shall be. And along with that, as ma'am told you, past participle form of the verb. Here we find will change to, okay, I'll tell you why the change is there. Shall is changed to will. Why? Will be and posted is the third form. Okay. Now here, why there is shall over here and why here will? Because with I and we, we always write shall. I shall or we shall. Okay. Besides these two words, we can use will with all other words, be it nouns, be it pronouns. So because of these letters, we have said will, and because I was there, we have said shall. Okay. I hope, children, you have learned. And now any doubts, if you feel like, you can ask me. Rest of the, you can say, rules or rest of the tenses we will be doing in our next video. Okay. Thank you, everyone.